This might be one of the saddest things I've seen. There's cobwebs on the door. Ain't that crazy? Man, look at this. Saddest thing. All right, so I came in because I look crazy. I'm looking dusty. I'm looking like the door handle for the shop. And so I'm gonna cut my hair, man. We're gonna do a self-cut. I'm gonna probably use Matt's station. Matt, I'm using your station just because it's right by all the lighting and stuff. You got like the best seat in the house for that. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to cut my hair. I'm sweating because the AC's been off in here, but we're gonna do this anyways. And I'm gonna use clippers on top. I'm gonna start here in the middle, and we just gonna, I don't want it to be perfect because I don't want to look too clipperish. So I'm kind of just tapping at it. So now I'm gonna grab hair next to it, see that? And cut what's next to it. The reason why I'm doing it this way and not just running clippers through is because I don't want my head shape to be rounded. I'm gonna cut everything kind of squared, kind of flat all the way through. So squared, squared. Instead of, if I use a clipper, everything's gonna be like 90 degrees and my head's gonna look super rounded. And then what ends up happening with my head shape is if I use clippers, it's gonna end up looking like a faux hawk. Cause here on the top, it's always gonna look longer than the sides if we cut it all even. I'm okay with it being like having peaks and valleys cause I want texture anyways. All right, I need to go wash my hair because I'm sweating like crazy. Not a good look. Wow. All right, so my head is washed. I'm looking crazy, I know. So this is it. Obviously, with that clipper comb, you don't want to go too close to your scalp or you're going to put a patch in your head. So you want to maintain that length. This is all grown out, but that's okay because I'm going to knock this off with mostly clippers. What I'm going to focus on right now is this whack hairline I got. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to get it together, and then we're going to start to work on the sides. And it's funny because somebody just walked in and asked if I'm cutting. I'm cutting my hair, but we're not open for business. Can't. All right, but seriously, I combed all my hair down to the direction that it wants to lay. Like, look at this hairline. I don't want this hairline. Now, some people will say you're pushing yourself back, but I'm really gonna cut these bangs off, man. I'm not pushing my hairline back. I just don't like this whole bang look. But one of the benefits of making sure you comb everything down in the direction that it wants to lay is when you go against the grain with whatever clipper you're using, you're going to cut this length anyways. But you'll be able to keep that squared shape that you're trying to achieve by just focusing on the top, combing everything down, and then going up with your clippers, and that would create that squared shape we're looking for. But first, let's line myself up. This is embarrassing. We're going to start off like this. Start in the middle. Middle's done. Now I'm gonna start on my corners. Using this mirror, let's go and get these corners. And you're pretty much just bringing it over to the middle. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect, not yet, because the hair is wet, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. Once it's dry, we'll clean it up some more, we'll refine it some more. Let's do this corner now. Okay, let's look at it dead on. That looks horrible, but we're gonna clean it. We're gonna clean it up. So look, now that I'm combing it, that don't look right, but that's all right. We're gonna look at it straight on now. Use my glasses, lift them up, and clean up this hairline just a little bit better. Part of why I like textured cuts is because nothing has to be perfect on top. You want it to be kind of like choppy and stuff anyways. So you can get away with an imperfect lineup. Do not like doing self-cuts. I'm doing this for you guys. I hate self-cuts. I don't know how people do it. Like I would much rather pay somebody to cut my hair. But I understand it's hard times. Gotta get it how you can. And time to start clearing out the bulk on the sides. Use your hand mirror and start going straight up like this. Straight up. Just like that. See that? Straight up. Just like that. As you're going up with this number 5 guard, you're gonna have to come back and comb the hair down because it is pushing hair up, right? I got a bad feeling about this. Let me put my glasses on because I can't see nothing. Okay, we got a little bit of disconnection here, disconnection in the back. We can see those, so we can attack those areas. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty courageous. I'm gonna go with the grain to try to soften that ridge up. Here we go, let's see what happens. All right, I know 5 ain't gonna work. I'm gonna lower it down to a number 4. I have never done this to myself before, like this with the grain idea. Don't start up here. You gotta start right at the side of the head. You guys should be going along with me. Should be doing this together, step by step, guys, step by step. Not looking too bad, not looking too bad. We go back against the grain with that number 5. Oh, there it goes. Now it looks good. All I had to do was mess it up, and it looks good now. Just kidding. You know what? You know what could probably help? Doing this right here. We're gonna look for a corner here, and we're just gonna take that corner off. And you know what, guys? If this is making you nervous, just know this is the hardest part. Going straight up, straight up. All right, let's grab that number 3 like we did the other side and try to smoothen this out. Make sure you're going straight down. That number 3 technique, cancel that. Doesn't work. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like, I could be home, drinking a quarantine margarita. Don't even think about it. That feels so good. I think that's good enough. We can start working on the sides now. You know what? I was gonna lower everything down to like a number 3, but I'm gonna lower it down to a number 4 probably and just do a high taper. And I gotta keep my glasses like this. So right beneath where we just left off, we're going with a number 4, and make sure you're flicking out a bit so you're not creating another line. Struggles of having glasses. Behind the ears. If you feel like you gotta go a little bit higher, that's fine. Just kind of bring your clipper up like that if you're going to. Because if you go straight in, you're gonna put a patch in your head. You're gonna put a line right here. So right here, see how I just lifted out? See how I'm kind of flicking out? That kind of helped. We're not putting a line. But I like this. I like how it's coming out. It's nice and full back here. You know what I'm saying? It's not too rounded. So that's kind of what, that kind of helps give that squared look that I'm looking for. All right, first mistake of the day. I went too far into my hairline. This is what I get for listening to my subscribers and cutting my own hair. This is what I get. All right, let's put our first guideline in. I'm doing a high taper. If you want to do a fade, you do the same fading steps. You just do it all the way around instead of just on the sides here. But to me, tapers are easier. At least on the sides they are. Okay, shaver. First guideline. About a ½ inch, guys, on your first guideline. Constantly brush the debris off so you can see what's going on. Now that I've gotten that initial guideline out the way, I can put my glasses on a little bit and start to fade some more. All right, so I'm going closed. I'm gonna go closed. I'm gonna start at the bottom, right here at this guide. I'm gonna go close and open it up little by little until it's faded. I gotta move these glasses out the way. You guys see that? I'm going up little by little, open it up some, little by little. And then you don't wanna go past that guide, that line that you already made. That's the whole point. It's your guideline so you don't go up too high. All right, so that's faded, that's blended out. Now we're gonna go to our 1.5 guard. I'm trying to make this easy for you guys. And we're gonna start all the way open. Make sure you're scooping out. You want to make sure you're going out at this angle. Don't go straight up like this because you'll create a line here. You want to be going out like that, okay? Okay, now we have this line right here. You guys see that line? I'm going to put this half guard on, all the way open. I'm going to go in but kind of flick out. Half guard and scoop out. I want to try to avoid creating a line. If you do create a line, that's okay. But that's working out pretty good. Now close it up about halfway. and you're right beneath where you were working at, right? Don't go up higher than you were previously. All right, now I'm closed all the way, right beneath where you left off. You're just flicking out. Use your corners if you're scared. You don't have to use the whole clipper. I'm kind of using my corners like that. Now, if you created a line on accident, put this guard back on, and instead of being open, close it all the way. Please bear with my facial expression. And just go up a little bit, and then open it back up. Go a little bit higher when it's opened up. But make sure you're flicking out. But look how it's starting to look blurry already. Now remember, we started with a number 4 on the sides. So I'm gonna put my number 3 guard on now, and I'm gonna put it closed. Same thing, flick out. If nothing is coming off, then you know you need a lower guard. So go with your 2 open. And if you can avoid sweating like me, that makes everything easier. So all the way open, same idea, flick out. And flicking out for me, I don't really do a lot on my actual clients, but on myself, just to be safe, I do. I still have that little bit of a line there, so I'm gonna close it all the way now. Okay, if you still see a little bit of a line there, drop back down to that 1.5 guard. Go up and just flick out. And don't just go up blindly, right? You want to gauge the hair. You want to see how it's reacting to what you're doing. And the one thing with cutting your own hair is don't try to overdo it. Because you might be detailing something, man. It's just going to make things worse. Damn, I can't believe what I did there. Look at that. That's got to be a design now. That's crazy. Damn. All right, so I haven't used my number 1 guard yet. I'm going to go to my number 1 guard open and blend down from there underneath where I just left off. But I think for a home cut, a taper like this would be all right. Make sure you're using the natural angle of your hairline, so it's not straight up and down, right? It's crazy. Go ahead and do the same steps here on this side. What the hell am I doing? Yo, my glasses got me so discombobulated. I was literally about to put this in my eye. Notice that guideline is slanted. Make sure that guideline is nice and defined, right? Start down here at the line, open it up some. Open it up a little bit more, and then open it all the way, and you should be right at your guideline where you were. All right, if there's still a little bit of a line there, don't sit there all day trying to flick that line out. Just go back to your trimmers and go in that area with your trimmers. And I don't even think that's a line, I just think that's my glasses. All right, next step, 1.5 guard. Remember, same idea. We're gonna flick out. And while I'm here, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and close it all the way. And I'm just gonna work right beneath where I left off. It just makes it easier for that 1/2 guard to blend right in. Green 1/2 guard, again, remember, make sure you're flicking out. Okay, now close it up some. Working right beneath where you just left off, guys. And you keep doing these steps until you're all the way closed and you have no lines and it looks faded. If for some of you guys this taper is too high, that's fine. On that first guideline, just don't go up so high. All right, number 2 open. And again, you don't want to create any lines. Make sure you flick out. Close it up right underneath that. And I haven't used my 1 guard yet. Try to make it a cleaner blend. Make sure you're flicking out, especially as you go higher. You don't want to risk it, so make sure you're flicking out. As your hair gets longer, you want to comb the hair down because the brush isn't gonna do as good as a comb will with these longer hairs here. And my number 3 is open at this. Let's see how I look. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Now for the worst part, the back. The good thing with the back, at least for me, is I can wear my glasses. If you're lazy like me, sometimes I just round it off. But we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. So I'm gonna go 1/2 and 1/2. This line I'm gonna go straight across, but I'm gonna fade in halves. I'm about to get lazy on y'all and just line it up. Try to reach out as far as you can from this side. All right, so now we're gonna clean up the beard. I'm gonna be able to just fade it that way, so I'll be able to see what I'm doing with my beard. But yeah, let's try to clean this up, make it match the haircut, and then we're gonna detail the haircut a little bit more and finish it off. All right, let's do this. I like this. I like going with the grain because it makes the beard look fuller. You know, at the jawline, I like to go against the grain because of this bone, especially if you have like a hard jawline. It'll make this area look darker if you just go with the grain, right? So I like to go against the grain at the jawline, and then obviously in this area, I want to lower that down. So I go against the grain. Anywhere you want to look fuller, go with the grain. I want this to look fuller, so I'm gonna go with the grain. Right underneath it, I'm gonna go against the grain. Do the same thing over here on this side. And then the sideburn area, I'll go against the grain. And anywhere near my jawline. I don't like full mustaches like that, so I'm bringing it down to a 1. I feel like a shorter mustache instantly makes you look younger. And you're just closing it as you go higher. Now take it off, blade all the way open, start off a little bit higher, and then close it as needed until that line right there is blended out. How I like it, I think. And now give me a second, I'm gonna detail. All right, so I made my hairline fuller, a little bit fuller, just because I don't like it so where you could see it through. In order to do that, I had to bring my hairline up just a little bit, but I'm okay with it. It's the price you pay, but not having see-through corners here. But overall, I'm liking the shape. I'm liking the way the cut came out. It's time to use the razor. I will give you this tip though. In hard areas to use the razor, I won't use it. I'll just use this. So I'll go up to my hairline. I'll go here. It's just to get it nice and tight. All right, so I'm gonna use the mirror and I'm just gonna kind of like backhand. But anyways, we're so close to being open for business. I'm super excited, man. We're gonna be cleaning up the shops, making sure they're sterilized, making sure everything is gonna be safe, and we're gonna try to practice all safety precautions and all guidelines. I don't know if we're gonna open right away, but we'll definitely make announcements if you are a customer watching this video. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I got the scruffy, doesn't really connect, but you gotta respect it anyways, beard, because my wife likes it. Put the high taper on there. You guys can see the back. Okay, my hairline looks fuller than ever. Obviously, it's not the blurriest cut. It's not like it's definitely not what S-Craft does on me, but that's not the point. It's a self-cut. It doesn't look that bad, right? And I still got that squared shape we talked about. We hacked that look with an easier method than if you were to have shears. And with that being said, guys, that's the self-cut, man. I promise you I cut better hair. If you're new to the channel, go check out one of my older videos. I promise you I cut better hair than this. Either way, guys, you guys wanted to see this video. I had a lot of fun with it. I'll see you guys on the next one.